Okay, I want to make one thing clear before I start this video. Yeah, it's starting later than what I would have liked to. I swear it's not my fault. Let me explain. But first, good morning, happy Monday, everyone. Okay, so, full stop. I had to get up early for something, and I was so tired afterwards. I come back here, and I slept. Let me finish. My low, because remember I talked about low, my high, like acts of kindness. I actually was up to watch last night's episode of Rick and Morty, and okay, my TV was like not working, so TLDR, I wind up missing half the episode. After I woke up earlier from, I just told you I went back to sleep. I woke up, tried to see if I can see last night's episode of Rick and Morty on my computer, which I did. So I'm all caught up. So a bit of a panic there. But yeah, so I got to see Rick and Morty last night. I also went to Beats and Brunch at Illegal Tap House last night. That was awesome. That was a great brunch too. Good food too. They had breakfast pizza, chicken salad sandwiches, and croissants. So that was really good. They had a good salad, a berry salad. Make your own yogurt. Lenny Cindy's also made like desserts too. Shout out to Lenny Cindy's. I mean, dude, it was an awesome brunch. Yesterday was a really good day. Yesterday was a great day, actually. It was awesome. It almost was ruined, though, because of the Rick and Morty thing. But you know what? I got to see Rick and Morty. I'm able to do this video now. We're good. Oh, my act of kindness was I helped my parents watch my nephews yesterday. So, we have a lot to go over. First things first. We have a brand new One Piece Manga chapter to read. So, let's get things started. With One Piece chapter 1186. One more time. You know, it's funny. Whenever I post the, because on the videos where I do a reaction to the One Piece manga chapter, I'll put a link to where you can read the official translation in the description of my video. Someone's gonna read one more time and think, wait, is this actually, one more time actually sounds like the title of like what a final chapter could be, you know? It sounds like that. I mean, obviously it's not. Listen, it's not the last chapter of One Piece. Trust me, if it was, the entire world would know about it already. So, One Piece chapter 1186, one more time. Okay, continuing the flashback. Ooh. Looks like picking up where we left off, where Brooke not witnessed the murder, but gets into the room, sees King Reuven dead. Shuri has been Domi reversied. There's a holy knight there, and what appears to be Marcus Marsden's bird form being possessed by Emu. And this is a really cool panel. I haven't seen Oda do anything with this. So like, it's a close-up of Brooke's face, and like behind it you see like the swirling hypnotic thing, like I think Brooke trying to like process everything and take it all in. I like this panel. It's a good panel. Okay, Brooke is crying over King Reuven's death. Okay, let's see. Okay, so throughout this chapter, it would seem that Brooke is trying to say, hey, listen, I've known Shuri her whole life. She wouldn't do this. Okay. Oh. This Saint Manmare Guro. He has the same eyes as Shuri. This must be... Wait. Okay, so... For those of you who don't remember, before Shuri was born, there was an incident in Asparia that, in which a holy knight was involved. And then Candle got sick, and now we're here. Yeah. Candle got pregnant with Shuri from that incident. And that incident was the fact that the world noble showed up. Oh, gosh. I feel bad for Reuven. I feel bad for Brooke. Okay. And Saint Manmare Guro is already a dick. How do I know? It's because he says, normally I wouldn't come to a backwater like this just to recover a single measly well. But her bipolar irises. Okay. So, are extremely rare trait, and the great one desires her. So it's not heterochromatic. Hold on. Is there such a thing as bipolar irises? Okay. I guess they're called bipolar irises. Alright. I know heterochromatic eyes means you have one eye each of a different color. But bipolar irises, I've never heard that term before till now. Oh! And Shuri kills Brooke with Brooke's own attack. Oh no. Okay, Brooke's alive. Oh, obviously Brooke's. So this is a flashback. Of course Brooke's alive. Okay. I've actually been kind of seeing this going around online, because obviously the fan translations are out. And the fact that Brooke survived leaves one of two ideas. First is that back when Brooke was a kid, and he was obviously living in, a garbage dump with his parents and brother, he came across a rotten tasting fruit, a devil fruit. That's when he ate the yomi yomi yomi. That's why he hasn't died yet. However, I think because we've seen instances, because earlier in the arc we saw Shuri have just a little bit of resistance towards Emu. And I think at the last minute before Shuri stabbed Brooke, she got Brooke in the part of the head where she missed vital blood vessels in the brainstem. I think. Maybe that works. Okay. Okay, now we're back in modern day. Man, this is rough. Oh, no. Oh. Brooke. I feel for you, man. I let the Jinbei has been intently listening. Usopp is shocked. Nami is starting to cry. And Frankie, being the manly guy that he is, he's really crying. And then Brooke gets on his knees and says, "Man, I please..." I think the last time I ever actually saw anything like this might have been when Zoro asked for Mihawk's help. No, it was when Sanji did this on Whole Cake Island. And now Zoro did that for Mihawk. I remember that. Okay, Brooke's like, okay, Jimmy's like, "Do you really need to ask? Let's hurry up and break that block of ice. Maybe lightning will work on it. Frankie using the radical beam. Usopp has explosives on the mind." Right. For those of you who don't remember, Shuri is frozen in ice made from Ragnar, and only Ragnar can unfreeze it. But maybe it'll make a precedent for, maybe something else will work. Who's to say? Luffy's all full. Luffy's coming back. Oh, here we go. This is the Luffy I love. This is the Luffy we all come to know and love, man. Because, like, Elbaf's enemy is my enemy. Right now, I'm overflowing with strength. And right now, I can't see anyone beating me. Yes! This is what we want to see. Like, this is why Luffy's one of my all-time favorite fictional characters, period. Because, like, the odds, they can totally be against you. But at the end, you're like, "Nah, dog. We got Luffy. We're going to be fine." That's how I feel. This is awesome. Okay. Keep going. So Loki's asking Emu, why are you going after these kids? For world government folks, you sure do fight dirty. Do you not know why? Okay. Oh, Emu's like, "Dost thou not know why? Shall I teach thee?" 800 years ago, so right at the end of the Void Century, thy kind suffered defeat in order to save thy children. Okay, so Emu's seen this all before, and he thinks history's going to repeat itself. One problem with that, though. Yeah. The Giants may have lost 800 years ago, but they played the long game. Like, they saved children who grew up and became good, well, giants, but good people in their own right. Listen, that's always, it really does bring about a whole, you know what, you can break, listen, you may win, but did you really win? Did you really break our spirit? Like, that's what these giants are all about. Man, the giants in One Piece are cool. I was like, "What do you mean 800 years ago?" He was like, the nature of a race does not change in mere centuries. Simply abduct thy children, and I control thee at will. Thou might not know what's happening to thee, but history repeats itself regardless. It's already too late. Thou art my slaves. What is he talking about? And then Luffy's like, "You get out of Elbaf right now." Boom! Punches Emu right in the face. Oh, dude. We're going to see Luffy versus Emu. Oh, this is going to be sick. And. This panel of Luffy punching Emu. We've seen this panel before. It's the exact, Emu is making the exact same facial expression that St. Charlos made when Luffy punched him back at Sabaody. This is awesome. This is cool. All right, man. This chapter was so, seriously, like, I got those. I got to talk about Rick and Morty. Okay, so, As if this chapter was enough, there's also Rick and Morty last night. Well, actually, it was last night's new episode, but I was able to see it this morning, thank goodness. And let me tell you what. I think I saw a post the other day of how every episode of season 9 of Rick and Morty has been nothing but certified bangers. And I wholly agree with that. Last night was no exception. This episode was great. I mean, in a way, it's kind of like a pseudo season 7, episode 2, where Jerry and Rick botched a Freaky Friday. It gave those, to me, it gave some of those vibes a bit. And yeah, I mean, you have Rick, who's the smartest guy in the universe. By the way, I am getting some spoilers right now. You have Rick, who's the smartest guy in the universe. So yeah, he has contingencies for everything. And that does include the possibility of accidentally waiting too long in one of his portals, and then the portal closes, and his head gets severed from his body. I can't help but think like the writer's room in Rick and Morty was like, should we, like, I'm sure this idea has been around for a while, as like, what would happen if like you waited too long in a portal and then it closes on you? Like, do you lose that body part? Yeah. And also, there's a scene in the episode that's in the actual intro of the show. They were able to do that. And it has a great payoff. This episode, seriously, has like some of the greatest comedic timing and payoffs I've ever seen. I've seen in a good while. And not to mention how the conflict is resolved. Let's just say for a normal person, it takes a very special kind of flexibility to be able to do what was solved in this episode. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, man. This One Piece Manga chapter was great. Last night's episode of Rick and Morty was great. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, go watch Rick and Morty and read One Piece. You should do that. Because I just did, and I feel great. Hope you like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to YouTube channel, on social media. As always, I'm very homely. This video for all you guys watching. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. I bet you all saw me yawn, and now you're going to be yawning too. And remember, if you guys want to talk to us, read the let me know back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.